Hey, what's going on, everyone? This is Lucky from Lanes of Mastery. I'm coming to do my after video um, 5 lessons that I learned with my guests, right? 5 things that I've learned from my guests. In this case, in this episode, this is about my video with AD, Lanes of Mastery, with my friend AD, who runs D Herbs, the multi-million-dollar herbal supplement company, and my 5 things that I learned in our interview. So I'll get right to it in no particular order. Number one, AD is ambitious. He's aggressive, but he's also courageous and persistent. So he will go after what he wants. He's not afraid to dream. He's not afraid to pursue the highest heights or the best of the best. And he's courageous in his pursuit. He sticks with it. He goes after it, and he sticks with it. And he is persistent. He stays with it. He doesn't quit. He doesn't give up or give in. He goes after what he wants, and he is willing to do whatever it takes to get it, as long as it takes to get it. And so I really respect and admire him for that. He really is a go-getter, and he keeps going until he gets what he wants. So that was the first thing. The second thing is he is a I like to he is he makes good adjustments. When we are pursuing anything or learning anything, we have to learn, and we have to learn and learn how to learn, and we have to learn from our mistakes, and we have to learn how to adjust and to get back on track, and to to get back on track. And AD is very good at taking his mistakes or his misses, so to speak, and making adjustments, learning how to adjust his technique, his pursuit, his behavior, his activities, whatever his actions, whatever it requires for him to get back on track um, and to get back on track for what he's going for. He's very good at that. He doesn't take failure personally. He doesn't consider failure as some kind of personal referendum on him or his skills or his abilities or the possible outcomes. He just takes it as a learning opportunity. He takes it as information that he can take in and digest and come back out with that knowledge learned and apply it as an adjustment to his technique and his pursuit. So that's another thing that I really learned from him, was just how he takes so-called failure as a part of his journey and learns to make and adapts and adjusts and keeps pursuing until he achieves. So that was the second thing that I really got from him. The third thing I got from him was that he had his own idea and his own vision of what he wanted. It doesn't mean that his idea and vision didn't change, but, or, kind of as you go along the path, your ideas change, or your vision changes, or, you make little adjustments to reach your vision. But I like that he had a vision for what he wanted, that he had an idea of how he wanted to pursue things, and he was confident enough in himself to do things his way, the way he wanted to, the vision that he had for it, and what he thought was best for his company. And I really respected that. I really respected how he didn't just do what everyone else was doing to play it safe or because he didn't know. He decided that he wanted to do things a certain way, and he put his effort into knowing how to do that and into acquiring the skills, the knowledge, the information to do that. And so I really like that. That was the third thing I learned, was just really that he, and respected, was that he had his own vision and his own desired way to do something, for his company, and to make his company be what he wanted it to be and how he wanted it to be. So that was a good thing. Number four was the fact that he because he had his own vision, there were a lot of things that he had to learn, that he's really into learning what it is he wants to do or to be, even before he even hires other people. A lot of times he will play around with a thing that he will hire somebody for eventually, just to know how to do it himself, just to be aware of how things work, to be aware of the value of this thing, whether it's in performance, whether it's in pay, whether it's in um, is this worth what is the true value of this thing? What does this thing do for me? And by learning that, being willing to learn himself, he is really able to hire well. He's able to have a good understanding of how something should be compensated, what the duties and responsibilities of this thing should be. And I really respect the fact that he's willing to get his not only get his hands dirty, but educate himself on every aspect of his business, even if he's not the one that's ultimately doing it day to day. And lastly, I would say that I remember him telling me, I was at his business year, man, too, well over 10 years ago now, but shoot, 15 years ago now. But the last thing I really remember him telling me was, he said, if I have, if anything, I have one superpower. He said, I just won't quit. He's like, I just don't give up. I just don't give in. I just won't quit. If I want something or I want to do something, I will figure out how to do it. As long as it takes to figure it out, I will do it. And I really see that his fortitude, his endurance, his perseverance have um, not only made him successful in this business and in the other businesses that we all heard on the podcast, his real estate business, his company, his D Herbs company itself. He had his training businesses. He really just has a stick to itness that is commendable and rare. It's commendable because it's rare. Everybody says they'll keep going. Everybody says I don't quit. Everybody says I finish what they start or finish what I start, but most of us don't. Most people don't. And he is one of the few people that I've ever met that really does that. That really lives by that motto and that creed. And it shows in everything that he's done and everything that he does. And I really respect that about him. I respect that he believes in himself enough, believes in his goals and his visions, his dreams, his desires enough to stick with it for as long as it takes to reach them. And whatever adjustments he needs to make, he makes. Whatever skills or information and knowledge he needs to learn, he learns. And whatever just needs to be done, he does it. So I think this was a wonderful interview. I really appreciate my good friend and my older brother, I would say, to for coming on and sharing his wisdom and his mastery in his lane. And I think we were all able to take all able to have some wonderful takeaways from this. So thank you again, my good friend, my older brother, my good man, and thank you all for watching. This is Lucky from the Lanes of Mastery, and we'll see you on the next one.